My name is Warren Lloyd. I'm a dentist living in North Carolina. I'm divorced with twin teenage sons. Mallory Lloyd was my sister. When I heard about her venture with this cat, I thought she was crazy. But I understand that Maren is a furry gold mine. She's been in movies and on TV, in printed ads, and has modeled in magazines. I've been told that Maren's voice is a famous TikTok purr, and that she's still starring in a viral meme every week, even though she's not modeling right now. Every time I think about it, it sounds ridiculous, but a cat that has produced $50 million is no joke. I just want to know how much of that money Mallory left me.
It's raining again. The past 2 days have been hard and very sad, and the weather seems to echo those feelings. My name is Sage Lloyd Johnson. I'm a widow. I came to this small town in the middle of nowhere in Arizona with my son Dylan, who's in his mid-20s, because my mother, Mallory Lloyd, died unexpectedly in a terrible car accident. It was provoked by the other driver, and nobody survived. Still, his family was threatening to sue until my late mother's attorney contacted them and promised them we would win. Then the threats stopped. Mom and I had been distant ever since I married Christopher, Dylan's father. She never liked him and told me plainly that I would regret marrying him. She was right. He turned out to be a terrible husband and an even worse father. He abandoned Dylan and I when my son was only 10 years old and went to live in Alaska. We never saw him again, but I never divorced him, and after his death, I never remarried. Mom would have said that I was just too stubborn to recognize I had made a mistake. Maybe, but I just didn't feel like getting married again. I devoted my life to Dylan and to my work as a trauma nurse, and the years flew by. I never expected to hear from Mom, nor from her attorney, until this happened. I am sorry I never got to see her and to patch things up. That is why it's never good to let wounds grow old without healing. I really don't need the money Mom left me, whatever amount it is, but I want it for Dylan. He's finishing his training to become a veterinarian and wants to buy a ranch and turn it into a sanctuary for animals nobody wants. Mostly cats and dogs, but also horses. This money will be a good start for him. I know that my brother wants his share of the money to expand his dental clinic in North Carolina, but Dylan needs the money more than Warren does. Let's see what happens.
I'm Dylan Johnson. My mom is Sage Lloyd Johnson. She dragged me into this. I didn't get to know my grandma at all, so I doubt very much that she left me anything. I came mostly to support my mom and, out of curiosity, to meet the famous Maren. I've seen a lot of photos of that cat and am amazed at what my grandmother was able to achieve through her, because cats are notoriously difficult. One day they might cooperate, the next day they don't. But Maren seemed to be different. She filled modeling appointments like a pro, and even appeared in commercials, movies, TV shows, TikToks, and Instagram Reels. I understand she has a fan club on Facebook and a very large following across social media. I want to meet that extraordinary cat. That's mostly why I came. The funeral was rough, the day was gray, and it seemed to match everyone's mood. The tension was thick between Uncle Warren and Mom. I hope the lawyer can handle it before the situation gets worse. I'm worried about the reading of the will. If they don't get what they're expecting, it will be like a punch to the gut.
Who do you think will get to have Maren, the $1 million cat? Who do you think will get to have the prize that Mallory left behind? All of them have needs, all of them have hopes, all of them have plans. Does a cat stand in the way? Let's see.
I'm Hannah Thompson. I work for Harold Parker, Mallory Lloyd's attorney. My boss asked me to show up at his most important client's funeral. Mallory Lloyd's funeral was attended by 53 people, 12 bouquets of lilies, and one very important cat. Maren, a white, long-haired feline with emerald eyes and a collar of real pearls, sat on top of a red satin cushion on a seat beside the casket like a furry sphinx, seemingly aware that she was now the richest feline in Arizona. My boss eulogized. The pastor spoke gently. The family wept. The cat yawned. Little did they know, the real drama would soon begin. After the funeral there was a short brunch. The family accepted condolences. Most everyone ignored Maren, except Mr. Parker and I. He took her in his arms and bounced her like a baby. She liked that, she purred. We had not heard her purr for many days. Then, he gave her to me and I just tried to baby the poor thing. She sat on my lap while I stroked her back and she studied everyone and everything. It seemed to me, although I wouldn't admit it, that Maren's mind was clicking, that she was planning something. I lowered my head and followed her gaze. She was looking at the family and her green eyes were smoldering. Why? What was she thinking? What was her opinion of them? Mr. Parker decided to keep Maren with him until the situation about her was settled. I noticed that he was worried, unsure of how everything would end up and what would happen to little Maren. The family made no effort to get little Maren nor to stay at Mallory's ranch, not yet. They went to a decent motel while Mr. Parker took Maren to his home and to his family, who loved her very much. After all she had been through, she needed to be with people she knew and trusted, people who loved her and could comfort her. But this was only a temporary fix. Mallory made stipulations in her will that made my boss nervous. The discovery of those stipulations would unleash a terrible drama that would be very dangerous for little Maren. But for now, she was safe.